you know that I'm no joke. No joke, baby, I'm no joke. Oh, na, na, na. No joke.
Hi guys,
baby, I'm
Talk Back,
no
Talk Back,
joke.
and I'm Elizabeth, your host, and today we're talking about why do people cheat in relationships. We've got our fabulous King Rems here, our baby girl Lara.
Damn, Lara, you could look like you want to be here, babe. Shit, then.
We've got our baby girl, other baby girl, Gigi, and we've got the fabulous Cockney Black. So it's going to be an interesting episode where we're talking about cheating and understanding the reasons why. Why do people cheat? So what's your take on it, guys?
Cheating's easy. It's the easiest thing to do. I think, in my opinion, a lot of cheating comes from cowardice. Because to really devote yourself to one person and commit yourself to building and being vulnerable and being open, it takes a level of introspection that a lot of people aren't brave enough to ascend to. So to have, it's kind of like Horcruxes, Harry Potter, Voldemort, right? You had to go around in different places. He stored pieces of his soul and pieces of his existence in many places. So you fracture one, whilst you become weaker, you're not vulnerable. So I think that's why people... That's why people cheat. They have multiple connections and multiple spouses because they're not able to be vulnerable in one place.
But basically, spreading your seed.
It's very simple.
Basically, that's what she was basically saying, spreading your seed.
You spread it out rather than committing to one thing, because it takes bravery to commit to one person, because if it doesn't work, you're back to square one.
Some people are just scumbags, yeah?
That is true. They are.
And those can't, for me, it's not always about that. It could be about like a control. An ability to say no.
People have that?
Yes.
People.
How weak do you have to be to not say no?
So that's your outlook.
It's temptation. It's
your
what
outlook is that
tempts
it's a
you.
weakness. Yeah. Some people do it for a thrill. Wherever their motivation is, you'd have to ask them. No one's ever really.
Yeah, because some people have it.
Unless you question the person's talent.
There's some. Obviously, not every relationship is perfect, but some people have like everything that they need in their relationship, and they could actually tell you there's actually nothing wrong with my relationship, but they just cheat.
Because women do that a lot, innit?
No,
they self-sabotage. Women do that a bit.
We do self-sabotage.
He's too nice to me, let me fuck somebody else.
We do self-sabotage.
Oh my God, you bought me too many flowers, let me fuck somebody else.
Listen,
nah, women
I feel
don't
like
really cheat like
we
that.
don't. Yeah,
I think it's
You-
you're looking for, well, not in all cases, like you said, some people are just scumbags. And also some people have deep-rooted issues from way before they could even understand what cheating is, comprehend what
That's what I mean, in terms of not being able to
and they
be
don't even
vulnerable.
realise that they're acting out these little traumas and going around like little children playing with everyone.
Lara was saying something about that. What were you saying?
What was I saying?
Oh yes, what were you saying? You were saying something just before. You said that
some people can't even tell you why they cheat. Everything's perfect in a relationship.
I was even talking about us women. I feel like women cheat when there's something missing from their relationship, when they don't feel secure in
like
their
a good morning text. He did message you good morning.
No. See, that's all the petty stuff. That's just petty stuff. But on a serious level, like when we feel underappreciated, when we don't feel secure in the relationship, something is missing emotionally. There's something that's missing. Whereas I don't understand why men cheat. I don't get why men cheat.
But let's not say all, because there's
I want him to answer, because I really want to know why men cheat.
I think we should define cheating first.
Clint, have you cheated before?
No, but he's a man, so he
But
can
he's
speak
not
on
a
their-
cheater.
he can speak on
I
their
think you
behalf.
might have actually, but have you cheated before?
Why
are you stuttering?
Nah.
Yes or no?
Yeah, because I keep my whole bedroom private.
Oh, okay, so you're not
completely.
going to discuss if you cheated, so the girl that you cheated on will never find out?
So far as I'm concerned, no, I'm just saying, like my whole bedroom is just private, completely.
He's got a strong moral compass though. If you think about how he carries himself as a man.
I don't disclose what I do, what I don't do, how I do it, when I do it, if I even do it at all. So far as you don't know.
So is that how you keep it private so you can cheat?
Yeah.
No,
I'm joking.
Allow him.
There's a difference between privacy and secrecy, and that's the main thing with cheating, because a lot of people can think, oh, this person, you know, they're very private.
How do you define cheating then? What's cheating to you?
Cheating, go ahead.
Just in short, I was married, didn't cheat my wife at all.
I shouldn't expect so.
No, but I'm saying that's...
She's your bloody wife. You shouldn't be cheating on her.
I feel like...
Have you ever been tempted?
You know?
Tempted to cheat?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it's going to happen. Temptation's going to happen. There's a guy from Instagram, he said something, I can't recall his name. He says 365 days in the year. If a girl goes out every day, she's going to get someone say something to her at least twice.
Yeah.
So you've got like 730 times. You think your girl's going to say no every time?
Yeah.
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 Of course.
Yes.
So there's this, guys, but women have it harder to say no,
But we do.
than men do.
Like, if you think about it, because women give sex, men have to get it. It's easy, like, a woman doesn't have to go and look for sex. A woman doesn't have to put in work for it, whereas men do. Do you get it?
This doesn't make sense
Yeah,
to me.
but cheating is putting in work that
a lot of men cheat way more than women. So
Yeah,
it's like, so you guys are going out of your way to
No,
cheat.
men are simple, so they get caught. Women, you cheat and you will never find out because you're more vindictive.
But what does that have to do
You'll
with
be like,
saying-
yeah, I'm
what
going
does
to
it-
see my chiropractor, but you're getting your back bust out by somebody. You get me?
Okay,
Like,
okay, that's fine. But okay, so you guys get caught. So what does that mean? Because women don't get caught. It's okay for men to cheat. They go out of their way. They hunt. You go out of your way to cheat. It doesn't make
Men
sense.
cheat because women allow it in some occasions.
What is cheating though? Because cheating could be here.
Cheating
it could be
is
different
when
for
you
each
give
person.
away the sexual organs that you shouldn't be giving away to somebody if
That's
you're in
the
a
only thing
committed
that's
situation.
cheating.
It's
If you're
It's
girl,
There's also
Wait.
emotional cheating. There's emotional cheating, and I think there's also kind of the element of you feeling comfortable with somebody as well. So you give somebody an element of you that you're not giving to your partner.
oh, that's sweet. It's cheating.
I don't think so.
Cheating.
I don't think so.
What, getting
What's the
comfortable?
emotional cheating?
No,
So
no.
like when you're like, so
That's even worse than a one night stand emotional cheating.
okay, go on. Tell him what emotional cheating is, because I think you got a deeper, profound
Emotional
understanding.
cheating is like, you see, for me, the way I can't tell you the ins and outs. We'd have to pull out a dictionary. What can do?
Sorry, can we first establish cheating is that you're exclusive with someone and that there's supposed to be no one else apart from you two. Can we all agree on that?
Wait,
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
cheating is anything you have to hide.
You need to be more specific.
So let's say you think it's fine that you have a female friend in your phone that you talk to once in a while, but you hide it from your partner.
That's not cheating. You're reaching. That's
But
not
why
cheating.
are you hiding it if there's no intention?
Because you know what it
but
is.
the thing is,
Some women
sometimes
have trust
people hide
issues.
things because
So women,
no,
okay,
they're scared
especially
of the way the
us
women will
women,
react.
there's a lot of stuff that
One
we
at a time,
do.
one at a time.
Potentially-
Go on.
No, because women, we are good at this, yeah?
At what?
If your girl is flirting with
At
a
what?
next
Sorry,
man,
at what?
Listen.
if your girl is flirting with a next man, do you classify that as cheating?
Yes.
My girl's flirting with someone else.
Yeah.
Is she cheating?
Yeah.
No.
No.
She's doing something she shouldn't be. She's not.
Yeah.
She's not on her knees.
She's
is
being
she?
inappropriate.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
flirting
I'm
leads
not
to
gonna allow
her being
it.
on her
Well,
knees.
This is what I mean.
I'm not going to allow it, and it's not
this
okay.
Is,
but
this
she's
is why
not
these
cheating.
conversations need to be had, because it's like you need to be with someone who understands. They have the same definition of cheating
can I
as
ask-
you do.
Yeah.
Can I ask him a
Because
question?
flirtation leads has an intention behind
her
it.
being on her
and
knees,
if
getting
she
her
is
throat
only
bust out.
interested in you, then why is she calling attention from a man?
Yeah, all bathed
I'm
in
trying
her.
to
How do you
flirt.
deal with
Hang on a
that?
sec, Listen, yeah.
How do you deal with that then? If your girl was cheating, what do you say to
Anything- listen.
flirting? What do you say to her?
Yeah, so these things, some things come up in conversations for sure, and you do need to have those talks, correct?
Yeah.
But over time, you see more sides of a person's personality you might not have even seen earlier on, because there's no opportunities for you to see it. So if it turns out that we're out somewhere and I've seen her flirt, I'd pull her aside, I'd address it at some point. If it's not that evening, if it's not in the moment, I mean, it will be the next day or whatever, but I'm not going to allow
Wouldn't
it.
it make you think like, damn, you're meant to be my chick and you're there flirting with someone?
But not everybody understands what they do is flirting until you address it. That's why communication is key to
Fair
understand.
enough, yeah, some people
Like,
just see
you
it
might
as
think
friendly.
something's normal. For example, me personally, I was out with a girl. We went to
Allegedly.
we were out together, and we had something to eat in a kebab shop. So I've got something to eat, and I'm ordering. I've turned around, and the guy's sticking it on her. She's so it's actually going on here while I'm ordering for a turn around, see what's going on, and I thought, let me just sort of like observe this for a moment, just to see what it is. They're chatting away, and from what I saw from the outside, he's sticking it on her, but she's not telling him no. She's sort of just having a conversation with him. But I can tell from the way he's looking at it, the way he's, I'm a man, and I feel like men recognise men's body language better than women. Women can see it. I'm not saying we can't. It was an exchange, but we kind of recognise it more. Anyway, food's come. So I'm waiting for the food to be made. Gone over to him. Hi, I'm blah blah blah. And he sort of like looked at me, looked at her, and carried on.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Disrespect.
Cool. So I stepped in, yeah. I stepped in, I said, bruv, you know what, yeah, to be honest, yeah, you're just taking a piss now. I said what I have to say, shut him down, then expressed to her, although you were just being friendly, He's just a random person talking to you. You gotta understand.
You're gonna wake up with dick in your face. You need to be careful.
Some guys, ain't your fault now. Some guys, I'll just a flirting part. Some guys are gonna see or interpret you just being friendly with them. There's nothing in your brain.
Yeah.
They're gonna think that, oh yeah, she's on it. She's talking to me.
Yeah.
Like in a minute, I'm gonna try and get a number or whatever the approach is gonna be. But because you were interacting with him so much, and he sees me there, he thinks, oh, there must just be mates.
Yeah.
Because you ain't shut it down. So your gateway should have been closed. You talk a certain way, your body language, come over to me, then he'll react to that. But that's what you've got to teach your partner. But your partner's got to be willing to learn from you. And a lot of you women now, I'm sorry,
A lot of
you don't
want to listen.
I'll say,
look, you right there. You're not listening.
Yeah.
Listen.
A lot of women don't want to be.
You're one of us.
They don't want to adjust to their man. So if their
listen.
man's saying behave like this, behave like that, all of a sudden you're possessive. Or all of a sudden you're trying to, all of a sudden you're being controlling, or all of a sudden you're this,
if
or
a man's trying to
you're
tell
that.
you how to...
Loads of women are like it. So if you're trying to express to them how to behave to other men, they try telling you that you're obsessive.
I agree with what you're saying.
Can we get a round of applause for that level of emotional intelligence,
No,
please?
I
'Cause that is
understand what you're
fucking
saying,
dope.
but you know what it is? It's not a case of we need to be told.
But you do.
You do?
No, we don't.
How are you going to know?
I think
finish?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's not a case of that we need to be told. We don't. The problem is most probably how men are delivering it. But it's like a case of you guys should have enough respect for each other to know what the boundaries are. So she needs to know what you need to put it in as I don't like certain things, not you don't do. You don't do.
Yeah, it's definitely in the delivery.
Of course, the way it's delivered.
But men are normally on things.
Because sometimes your delivery sets us off and we're like, okay, well, like,
100%, 100%, you're right. 100%, I agree with you. How you say things is vital to how it's interpreted, Believe me, I've had conversations with some birds, Trust me. They think it's okay, I'm going out with blah, 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 for a meal. I'm like, no, you ain't. Like, I don't think that's okay.
But people need to know boundaries. So again, she would know the type of man that you are, that you wouldn't find that acceptable. Not you tell her that she can't go out with her friend.
But here's the thing, as he's saying, you're learning each other. You're
that's
learning.
What I am
you
saying.
have to learn.
No, but that's what I am saying, and I've got guys that will, that's it, game over, mate. I'm saying, not interested, mate. It can't happen, and vice versa. And I think that's playing with fire. And I've had these discussions with people, and they're like, he's my mate, we're just friends. And I'm not going to go down a path of everybody that is a guy is just waiting. They're not.
Yeah.
Some guys, they just see you as a mate. I've got some girl friends that are just friends, as in there's been
You're a decent guy, Clint, that's
no
why.
previous. As in there's been no previous. We're friends, and we've always been friends. Yeah. But if you to ask me, is this person beautiful or blah 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 or whatever they are, I can still say that.
Yeah,
but you are a decent guy. A lot of guys are they're in the elevator queue. They're waiting to go up and then go down.
100%. But when you try to express that,
they don't get it.
And I genuinely feel like there's this kind of, there has to be an understanding between a man and a woman's opinion on the men and the women's friendship.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely think the majority of women, I'm not going to say not all, but the majority of women can genuinely just look at a guy and he's in a friend zone. And that's not a problem for them, that's fine. The majority...
Other way around is not the same.
The majority of men, not all.
At some point.
The majority of men, not all. I don't want to like time at the same rush. They're just biding their time.
They're just waiting to pout.
Biding their time.
Waiting to pout.
Yeah,
I agree.
And how many girls do we know, or guys do we know that say, oh yeah, we were mates for ages, and then one day it happens. What? You two are mates. You two are mates. We both have boyfriends and girlfriends.
You guys act all naive and shit, but these rom-coms you love to watch is about Johnny and Sally that was friends in high school, and then tutus they're getting married and have picnic and a dog and them thing this. So you know it happens, but you act like you're oblivious to it. More time, I think women like the attention, but they don't know. No. They don't know how to channel it.
I'm not going to say no, but I've had a personal experience like just what you said. That one of my partners had to say to me, you know, you're being too friendly with a certain person. I know this person too. I know you know this person before you knew me, but just because of the way that this guy is, it's a guy thing. I know. That's what he kept saying to me. It's a guy thing. I'm a grown-ass woman. I could
Are you not listening?
I did nothing before. I know better.
Yeah.
Here comes this little one that he tried to warn me about, and I'm like, whoa. But I've left those floodgates open.
What Clint says, we can friend zone guys.
And the thing is, then it took the harsher conversation of, I told you. So I think on both sides, but then what I have a problem with is a lot of men have
control issues.
Not
so
even
it
control
doesn't-
issues. They have a double standard.
How do you mean?
So a lot of men will be like, oh no, I'm just like answering a couple DMs, you know, it's not a problem. But then your girl
Just
does
over the
it.
shoulder
Oh, wow, you know, the DM zone of your girl's DM zone is like, wow, it should be empty. You should have no boxes.
That is correct.
Okay, so again,
Bare
understand-
unread
wait,
messages.
Do you guys think, okay, because we kind of touched on it, but we didn't go into it. Do you think there are different reasons as to why men and women cheat?
Yes.
Do you think men just cheat for the sake of it,
I
or
think
because they can?
I borderline
Or
believe
do women
that
cheat for the sake of it, or because they
men
can?
are not built the same as us.
That is true.
I don't say I condone cheating. I don't. The thing is, cheating is something you can, like you said, be with someone. There's nothing wrong. People just go cheat. People cheat on Beyonce. Everyone gets cheated.
Oh.
It's not going away.
Listen, I
Britney
found out this
James.
morning
I
that Jermaine Dupri cheated on fucking Janet Jackson, mate.
Jackson.
Janet, fuck it. Janet, Demeter Joe Jackson, bruv. Out of your mind.
Then again, we only see things from the outside. But this is why I do believe that some men can. I don't know. Okay. I have thought about the fact that some men can love you and cheat. And when
I
I've
don't
spoken,
agree. I
but
don't
when I've
agree with
spoken
that.
to men,
No, you can't.
I'm not saying I agree with it, I believe it, I'm just saying when I've been having this conversation with men, because I date men, I can't only sit with my female friends and discuss this. I need to see from a male point of view, whether that's a male family member or I don't really have a lot of male friends because of the reason that Clint pointed out, but some cool guys that you can have a conversation with. And a lot of them can say, yeah, I love my girl, but I'm just not built, like men are built differently.
No,
And then
bullshit,
you've got
cop
some
out.
men that say, well, I've got my wife and I've got my side thing. And then you've got some men that say, no, I don't cheat on my woman, da 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 da. Or there's even some men that just like, it's all online. They just like the ego boost.
Cop out. Remember I said to you earlier, it's derived from trauma, damage, inability to be
and it's
vulnerable
all
with
to
one
feed the
person.
ego. But I do think it like, I don't know. I
think
do think men are different. Men are different.
No, wait. Go on, Lara.
I said I'm not accepting that because I just feel like we're creating excuses for them. It's like, okay, now we understand men, we understand that this is how they are, so that means it's acceptable for them to cheat. I understand.
No, I'm
that
not
you're
saying
like
it's
this.
acceptable.
I understand that you're a man.
There's no excuse
and I
for men
understand
and
that
women.
This is how men are supposed to act. That men are not supposed
That'd be a good
to
idea,
No, men are not supposed to be monogamous. All of those things. It's not acceptable. It's an
bullshit.
excuse. It's an excuse. Just say you're not willing to man up and
Or you're not ready to say
And
that.
commit
yourself and
commit yourself and have
A lot of it's
self-control.
not
Yeah.
So can I
self-control.
ask
you
a
know it is,
question?
yeah?
Just a wild question out
You
there.
go.
Let's say you've been with someone for ages, and I'm not clear on what I believe, whatever. It happens, it makes me sick, whatever. Respect yourself.
What's the
But
question, Gigi? You
The
spun
question
me.
is, yes. If you're with a man for ages, he loves you, you're married, da 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 da, it's beautiful, you've got
Everything's
kids,
nice.
everything's nice. You love this guy, you feel his love, but you find out he cheats. What are you doing?
A young ad's put this out
So
here.
I've-
He
I've-
asked the
I've had a
question,
chat with
if a
someone.
man treats you a 10 out of 10, but he cheats sometimes, is it a problem? You motherfuckers went wild and made you think comments. Why?
That does bother me.
Why?
There is a problem.
Because the woman that I am,
Don't be with me.
I wouldn't be able to
Don't
do
be
that.
in a
I'll
relationship.
go
I can't
mad.
look at you the same. I can't
But
look
the
at you
thing is,
the
I'll
yeah,
make
the
our
thing
lives
is,
hell.
hold on, the
I can't
thing
look at
is,
you the same.
the
Material
flippancy,
things
the
on- I don't
flippancy
know
in
what
which
that
men
has to
cheat
do with it.
is far less meaningful and emotional than women. Like women, in order to get stimulated, you have to have a connection with a man. You have to feel wanted. You have to feel, in most cases, there needs to be a level of intimacy. With men, it's like, right, that's a pair of tits, dick hard, we fucking. Where with women, it's a little different.
That's another excuse.
No, no, no.
My
This
my
is
thing
becoming
is,
this
my
is
thing
becoming
is,
excuses
cheating
and
is not
excuses.
cheating is
Yeah.
not going anywhere.
doesn't
Right,
excuse
so
It's
it.
going
yeah,
to be in
yeah.
every.
Also
It
as
happened when
well-
our parents and our grandparents, we
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know
always
about
been
it because
around,
it
innit?
wasn't
Yeah,
on
it's always been
Insta.
around.
They
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
write letters to each other like, yeah, I'll see you next
That's
Friday.
so cute.
The
Do you know what I
cheating
mean?
thing, yeah, he said, the cheating is always going to be around, and I, there's this, I don't know if it's true or not, I don't really believe it, but they say women have their reasons and it's more of an emotional connection. And they say guys are just like what you said, they see something they want to bang. You don't think women think the same way?
Okay, so
Of course they do.
No.
Of course they do.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the exception to the rule.
So-
They do
so-
some
so
of
hang
them,
on, hang on a minute, yeah.
some of them,
So-
but majority of them,
Right.
women like they desire something when they do
Yeah,
that.
some.
They
some-
more
say,
than that.
I think this is a stake, and most find out yourselves.
Like the
as
women
well.
I've known that have
You
cheated.
could be
have said
working
that
with
they-
somebody,
Yeah.
not fancy them at all, but because you're working with you, seeing them day in, day out, you start to fancy them. Before you know it, something's going on with the person in the office. Do you get it? So there's, and that involves a man and a woman. So it's not, obviously it involves a man and a woman, but I mean, it's not as clear cut as there's an emotional connection just for the woman.
No, yeah.
Or
But there's
I need
familiarity
to
and
say
bonding. There's
Or the guy.
familiarity and bonding.
No
which is
one's
different.
answered the question.
Wait,
What
so
was the
you know,
question?
the thing is, the
Oh, I
problem.
don't give a
the
fuck.
What
problem-
would you do?
I don't date men, so I'm fine.
The problem with cheating, the main problem with cheating, and why, especially women, because we are emotional, have a problem with it is not the fact that you even had sex with someone. It's all the things that come around it, the deception. So you've had to lie to me, you've had to do something else that you knew that I wouldn't be accepting of. And same with women. No, but you're doing this, and it's a case of, I don't even care about sex. Anybody can fuck. That means nothing. But it's you've had this connection and the deception and lie to me. Our relationship should be based on trust and honesty. If you don't want to have one vagina, don't be with someone. Don't be in a relationship.
I agree.
It's the disrespect
I agree.
of it. All of you guys, has anybody actually been cheated on?
No.
Not that I know of.
You just say no so boldly.
No.
You know that for a fact.
I don't know it for a fact, but in terms of, I've only had 2 serious relationships and the one that I'm in now.
Okay.
One was like, we were literally batty and bench, it was in lockdown. Couldn't go anywhere, so definitely couldn't cheat. And my marriage, I don't think there was a real opportunity for either of that. There was so much going on. And the one I'm in now is like, no, innit? So.
Not that I know of. I feel like my last relationship, I felt like he was cheating, but I didn't care to go and find out, because I feel like in the relationship we had way bigger issues than the fact that if he was cheating or not. So I would just wanted to get out of the relationship just because
you didn't care enough.
Yes,
yeah,
I didn't care enough to go and find out like whether he was cheating. I thought he probably was, but I didn't go and like look for anything or find out, because we had way bigger issues than.
See, I don't need to look.
Was.
It just comes up.
How does it come up?
How did it just come up?
It does. I feel like when you're with someone, especially women, and you know they say women's intuition, everyone has an intuition, but we feel more. So we know your cycles, we know your patterns, we know when your energy shifts more. We just pay attention to the little details a bit more than men, I believe.
But where's the mitigation for paranoia? Because sometimes you'll be paranoid and talk about your intuition.
No, we're never.
But do you know what? Every time I'm being called crazy and paranoid.
Right. We're actually.
But wait, let me clarify that, because that's the most damaging
intuition.
thing. You asked, so I put out the, you know, I don't know if men are equal to, like the same, not equal, but if they operate the same as women, maybe that's why they cheat. For me, I can't accept it because the way my mind is set up, I won't be able to look at you the same. Like, I'll be thinking about it all the time. I'll be dreaming about it, everything like that. Like, yeah, and it wouldn't be fair. Even if I wanted to move on, that's not fair on the man. You can't, and that's what I don't agree with. Women that, you know, they'll say they forgive it, and I'm not saying you have to get over it, but don't put yourself through hell staying with a man that you can't trust again. You can't. And if that man's not willing to, I do believe people make mistakes. I know a lot of people that have cheated and then they've learned from their shit, from their fucked up ways, and then, you know, they've had really healthy relationships afterwards. But you have to be willing to do the work. So I've been cheated on, and every time it just wasn't worth it.
Right, every time? Is it more than once?
Yeah, I've had more than one relationship. But yeah, I've been cheated on in multiple relationships.
Shit, then. Did you not... At some point, was you like... Is there something that you missed in terms of... Did you not see a pattern of behaviour?
I saw the red flags. I decided,
okay.
but it's the red... I feel like the red flags happen before the cheating.
Yeah.
You know, it's other things.
You just ignored shit and
but
then...
I was younger. And just like... and you know this whole thing, like sometimes I knew, but I'm his girlfriend. Do you know what I mean? And these are just friends and these are just flyby things. I'm his girl. Well, what is that? We're all equal. He's lying to you for this person and vice versa, and it just goes in a cycle. No one's better than anyone. Just because you're getting more time with him, just because you're getting more this, it's not. It's for me, it doesn't work for me. I know some people can be the main, and as long as they don't see it, they don't hear about it. Me, I will feel it, I will know, it will come to me, and you gotta go.
So how did it make you feel, Jane?
It makes you feel like, it questions, am I doing something wrong? It makes you feel like, oh, are these, especially when I was younger in my teens, stuff like, oh, should I dye my hair the same colour as, it's really, it messes you up. It psychologically messes you up. Like, even before, there's times where I'm dreaming about it. Why am I dreaming about it? Do you know what I mean? It's really...
How did you start healing from it and start kind of like depersonalising it and pulling it apart?
I think, you know what, a lot of people...
You do.
A lot of women, I find, have to keep going back and they have to keep knocking their head on that wall until they say enough is enough. Yeah. I feel like women that condone it, they have to be broken down so bad
to the point
where they're like, I can't, you literally can't live and breathe without thinking about what this person is doing to you behind your back. It's consuming. And that's not healthy. You turn into a possessive person, you turn into a crazy bitch, even though guys get off on that sometimes, and I feel like that's why some guys do it. Anyway, that's another story. But all of those things, and you start becoming a very horrible person.
Yeah.
And this person still has a hold on you in your next relationship because you've
Ain't dealt
just
with it
got,
properly,
you ain't dealt with it properly.
Yeah, process the emotion.
So I think for me the way I dealt with it was just knowing my worth. Like one day I said, this don't feel right. This isn't meant to be. I feel happier by myself than when I'm with this person. And if I can't trust what's going on behind my back, if you don't have my back when you're not in front of me,
Yeah, trust
we're not a
me.
team. We're not a team. I need, I'm very all in or all out. So I need a partner, and I need someone that respects me. Doesn't mean my partner can't make mistakes, but love me enough to tell me and work with me.
Did you being cheated on make you cheat? Sorry.
No, I wanted to.
Yeah.
I wanted to. But no, I've never cheated. I mean, I've spoken to other guys and stuff like that, like when in the phases where it's, breaking apart and stuff like that. So if you look at it that way, you ask them, yeah, she was cheating, but no, nothing.
I want to just say, like, I've never been cheated on that I know of, but knowing other people that have cheated on their girlfriend, or a guy that has a girlfriend that's tried it on with me, that still affects the way I am or how I think in my relationships. Because if I'm speaking to someone, I automatically, everyone's cheating, everyone's
and
cheating.
It's the embarrassment as well.
So
Like, I'm meant to be your
as well?
partner and you're embarrassing me.
Oh, no, okay, I'm going to add it. Yeah, if girls are cheating on guys cheating on, and I know this, if I'm speaking to, I have no trust now. I have no trust. I'm thinking to myself. So it's ruining my mind as well, because I'm thinking, I can't even think properly without thinking, okay, everyone's cheating. Is my guy cheating? Are you cheating?
So I know you don't make things too personal, but have you ever been cheated on that you know of?
Yeah, this that's all right. So I didn't have like video evidence or nothing concrete, but so I was living with my missus one morning. So we shared a laptop, right? And we had the setting, you open laptop and it opens the previous windows.
Yeah.
So it'd be ample times I'd open it and whatever she was on before, I just close it and watch a film or just do what I had to do, yeah? And but we were quite open about that. And some other things we were very open about was my missus had my password to my phone. I wasn't fussed about that kind of thing. We were way past...
It shouldn't really be a problem, no.
Yeah, but we were way past worrying about what's in my phone.
Yeah.
Like when you first meet someone, we know how it is. You might find yourself in a position where you're gradually getting serious with someone, but there's other people that are still messaging you. Or you've got messages from...
Before you start getting serious.
Before you start getting serious with this individual, before you started to want to make an effort with this person you're with. Understand, yeah? And also, you can't help who contacts you.
Yeah.
That's not down to you. It's how you respond to them, right? So anyway, I'm just saying that because we were very open like that. I'd be in the shower, my phone would ring, she'd answer it. I was in the shower, it'd ring back in. I get a message, who is it? Read that for me, it might be important, whatever. So we had that kind of like freedom, and that was fine with me. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But anyway, open laptop, and emails were popped up, and I don't know, I had a look. Me and her don't even speak the same language. Well, obviously we both speak English, but her first tongue is from one of the European countries, yeah? So I recognise the individual's name because we had spoken about our exes before. How did that go, blah, 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 I had this person. You just were like sharing what your past was, right? So we knew who our significant exes were. So let's say she had two, A and B, for example. This one's always messaging her, tagging her into loads of different emails. But that's fine because she was one of loads. You know, I might tag everyone in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So you all get the same email, and it was like, wherever it was. This other individual never speaks to them, never heard from them since. Blah, they might send like a birthday and a Christmas thing. Message to her, all right, cool, whatever. Anyway, so this individual's messaged her.
On the laptop?
Yeah, on the email, which obviously is weird anyway, because why aren't you messaging her phone if you're close like that? You get it, but whatever. And I didn't think nothing of it. Closed the window, started watching the film. Like 2 hours gone through the film, I fell asleep. Woke up again. I think to myself, why the fuck's this guy messaged her? Like,
It's just dawned on him.
yeah, because I didn't even know, because I've never had any reason to be suspicious of her. My missus, like, I didn't. we're
And
cool,
it's email.
so far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if she has issues with me, she says like, and likewise, we'll just call like that, yeah? So I'm just lying in bed like, nah, man, why has this guy messaged her? Why has this guy messaged her? I'll ask her when she wakes up. So she woke up, I was going, have you spoken to this guy? The guy that always taking her in the email. It's like, yeah, he tagged me something the other day. I think to myself, okay, I saw that, that's right. Have you spoken to this person? Nah, I ain't heard from him for ages. But when I was looking, it was backwards and forwards. And the dates were like recent, yeah? So I'm thinking to myself, now you're lying. So I thought, well, look, I just told her, look, I opened the laptop earlier on, wanted to watch a film. Told her, yeah? And her face was like, but forgot. Just, yeah, butting.
Start stuttering.
Yeah, so then that was the beginning of the end. I had to say, look, mate, like, you're gone. Do you know what I mean? Ultimately, yeah? Obviously, it was a massive argument. It's a massive argument, yeah? It's a massive argument. And you know what it is as well, yeah? People never want to see, or... It's when people are guilty...
They'll try and draw you out, innit?
Not even draw you out, yeah? When you've been caught red fucking handed, yeah? I'd have more respect for you if you just said, you know what, fuck you know, look, we were talking...
Sorry.
I'm sorry, man. If he said the right thing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a mug, but I just feel like if you'd have just been honest about it,
It's the line.
said what it was, I could be like, oh yeah, cool. But ultimately, even that in itself, in that moment, you feel like that'll make you feel better. It's bollocks anyway.
Yeah.
This person just totally disrespected what you've built, how far you've got,
Yeah.
and they don't give a fuck about your future anyway, because you're prepared to risk it.
Yeah.
Now, what gets thrown in your face, or what got thrown in my face? Oh, look how long we've been together for, blah, blah.
No, fuck that.
Hang on a second.
care.
Like,
You fucked it, you fuck off.
why didn't you...
You did this.
Yeah, we know how it is.
Yeah.
So within that conversation, it's a very kind of like... A loss of respect doesn't quite sum it up. It's
Disappointment?
no, there isn't. I personally can't articulate
It's a whole,
it.
you see a person in a whole, they just look different.
Yeah. It's you know what it
They
is.
just look different.
For me, although
Can't look at
this guy was wherever he was, yeah, for how far we've come and what we've established, for you now to just be looking at me like this, like that, lying, like looking at me straight in my eyes and just lying. How the level of that's where I trust you is when I look at you like this, there's a certain way, I'm sure we've all experienced it with our age. You meet someone, you have a strong bond or connection with them, and sometimes you feel like you can look a certain person in their face.
And they'll always tell you the truth.
And you feel like, yeah, I trust this person right now. They're saying something to me that's coming from the heart, whether they like it or whether you like it or dislike it. It's something that you feel like someone's, you know, we're talking about vulnerability and being, for me, it's all gone now. Because now, if I not take you back, but if I try to brush it under the carpet and we get over it, whatever the fuck that means, because that don't fucking happen anyway, yeah? I just got a great gift of forgiving. It now means the next time you look at me in my eyes and I think you mean what you're saying, I think to myself, nah, fuck off, take shit. Whether you mean it or not.
A bit of doubt.
And for me personally, I'm not saying you can't forgive. People can, but...
It's not within your gift to do that.
Nah. And for me, it's a very... And I suppose that maybe you want to say that's the reason why maybe that's true why I haven't gotten over, to be honest with you, because I set a very strict boundary with how whoever I'm with, how they interact with other men. Now, you might think to yourself, oh, you ain't got over the past. Maybe, but I know I'm not demanding from you what I don't do myself anyway.
And that's
I'm not trying
to
call something from you.
It's reciprocity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. It's not like, oh, you can't talk to him, but I can talk to whatever girl I want. Or you can't go talk. It ain't like that. Whatever I'm demanding from you or asking you to do, I know demanding might sound like I'm obsessive or controlling, but you can demand from me as well. Maybe I'm not articulating myself in the right way.
Maybe it's more of a request, because if they say no, you know that's not for you.
100%.
There we go. So it's a request for your boundaries.
Yeah, and I genuinely feel like if you meet the right person, a nice person, you're going out, you're getting on, everything's like smooth at the beginning. Like I said, like, it's not ideal. You are going to have bumps in the road. I strongly believe that you can mould to each other. Like you should be willing to accept the little kind of minor adjustments to what you're used to make last what you've got in front of you with that person.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, again, I'm going to dig you lot out. Women, a lot of you don't fucking like it. You really don't. You like the sound of it, you like the thought and the idea of it, but practicing it, if I was to go, nah, man, I don't want to go out with that guy.
The thing is as well, like, you love communication.
How many of you lot are going to be like, oh, no, he's
it.
not obsessive, or he's controlled, or
No,
this.
because I would be saying the same thing.
Unfortunately, there are a lot of women, they just like that. They don't want to hear it.
Just say, but from your experience, the way you're saying that from you, because of your experience, you set the standard like you don't want her speaking to that kind of man like that. From some women's experience, men do all of that and they still they still basically do what they want.
That's out of order then, yeah. That's not
they
even
still
fair.
do what they want. So
like what you're saying about reciprocation.
If that was my experience, if you're telling me this, automatically I'm just like, I'm a bit defensive because I'm thinking, okay, especially if I didn't mean to do it like that, if I didn't, I don't know how to put it, but if that wasn't my intention, if that wasn't my intention to be flirting with him, and my man is like barking at me like you're
but
talking
again,
to him.
You said it's how you say it.
Yes, I said it's how you say it. But then it's like the way he's like that because of his experience. So you also have to understand that some women are defensive to that because of their experiences that they've had as well. So it goes both ways.
I genuinely think as well, a display of emotional intelligence, if we're both in that space now, is to understand that, I mean, once you calm, look, I shouldn't have spoken to you like that. I can find a more graceful way to request or ask. And you should then understand as well, he was mad. It's not your fault, but my reaction was because of my past. Of course, and I have to hold my hands up to that. But ultimately, it's not going to change
that's not an excuse, though.
what I want for the future from my missus. Like I said, me personally, I understand some people have things that are private. Like some guys will be in a relationship with their missus and they're not having them touch their phone.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't give a shit, mate. Crack on. Look whatever the fuck you want to look at. I don't care because they'll give me to hide.
Yeah.
To get.
So guys, basically, we're gonna wrap this up because people cheat for all sorts of reasons, and I'd just like to say that the problem with cheating is the deception and the disrespect, whether it's men and women. And I feel that people cheat because they want to. Because when you're truly in love or you feel a certain way about a person, you would not do it. So I'm going to actually end on that note. Stop cheating. There's no need to cheat. And just go and get all the vagina and all the penis that you want.
Baby, I'm no joke. Oh, no joke.